I'm Samantha Drugel.
And I'm Chancey Boyce. Welcome to the 16th fully live broadcast live here remotely from our own homes, where we'll be discussing the news every Friday.
This week, we will be delivering several important school announcements and we'll be interviewing a member of the Student Council as well as Dr. Everly.
Today is Friday, January 15th, 2021, and this is Lotus Leaf Live. Donald Trump became the first president in history to be impeached twice this Wednesday for inciting his supporters to storm the Capitol building last week. The House of Representatives voted 232 to 179 to impeach the president, with 10 members of Trump's own party voting to impeach him. Supporters of the impeachment allege that Trump encouraged the riot on the Capitol during his speech at a rally protesting the presidential election results. From here, the impeachment proceedings will move to a trial chaired by Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, John Roberts.
Would you like to have your picture in the yearbook? Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the yearbook staff is looking for students of all grades to submit headshots of themselves to be featured in this year's yearbook. To submit your picture, please see the link below.
Last Friday, Governor Whitmer stated that she would like to see schools back to in-person learning by March 1st of this year. In a statement, Whitmer said that she strongly encourages schools to have as much face-to-face learning as possible, and that the tools to bring students back to school safely are becoming widely available. At a board meeting this Monday, Monroe Public Schools Superintendent Dr. Julie Everly revealed that learning labs in small groups are coming back next week on January 19th. Here to discuss the decision to bring learning labs back is Dr. Julie Everly herself. It's so nice to have you on, Dr. Everly. How are you this morning?
Thanks. Hi, Chancey. I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's been a great week and I'm feeling good.
Good. Me too.
That's good. So could you tell us what's happening next week with learning labs and small groups?
I would be delighted to. Our local COVID-19 cases are monitored very closely by our health department. And originally they were expecting, some pretty high numbers after the holidays. And thanks to the hard work of everybody in our community, that was not the case. Actually, the health department is seeing lower and very controlled numbers. So we were thrilled to announce the reopening of our learning labs and some in-person instruction opportunities for our students.
That's great. So what kind of case numbers would we need to be seeing for school to continue to be opening up?
Yeah, that's a great question, and it's one that people ask a lot about. So we look for more than a certain number. We look for the way the numbers are behaving and the trends in the numbers. So the health department helps us with all of this. We look for things like increase of cases, and then where do those cases come from? As you can imagine, if it's well known where a group of COVID-19 cases comes from, that's a little bit different than if it's unknown in a wider community spread. We look at hospitalizations, we look at the number of COVID cases that have recently recovered. So there's a number of metrics that are studied every single day. The health department's watching it. We have a district meeting every day about the numbers, and we specifically zero in on 48161 and 48162 zip codes because the majority of our students live there.
Okay, well, thank you. We're hearing rumblings about winter sports coming back. Can you briefly comment on that?
Yes. Again, thanks to the improvements that have been made both locally and across our state, we are able to bring some winter sports back. We are sending out direction. Dr. Ray has a big part of that through the coaches. Those winter coaches are contacting potential athletes, and we really encourage everybody who has an interest to get involved in those those are great learning opportunities for our students.
Absolutely. And that's good to hear. So we're hearing in the news, speaking of good news about the coronavirus vaccine becoming widely available. How is this going to affect us as we come back to school?
Yeah, that really has been the hot topic of the week, Chancey, because people are eager to learn more about the vaccine. Some people are already eager to get the vaccine. We have had some local vaccine clinics already. Unfortunately, it's very difficult to get an appointment. So I think that as we look at the vaccine, then becomes another metric that we study. So the vaccine being fully implemented or not fully implemented to those who want to take it isn't necessarily the only determining factor when it comes to coming back to school, but it certainly is something that we would take into consideration. And we're working to try to work with our partners. ProMedica has a lot of vaccine clinics planned, and our health department. So we're working locally with them to try to create opportunities for those who'd like to get vaccinated to do just that.
All right, that's good to hear.
Mhm.
So beyond that, are there any future plans coming up for Monroe Public Schools in general soon?
Oh, wow. Yes, there are so many. It's an exciting place to be. So we really want to get everyone back as soon as possible, but as safely as possible. And that really has been our core purpose through our guiding light through this entire pandemic. In addition to that, I think it's so important that everyone knows we want everyone back ASAP, safely. We have a great opportunity in the spring. We have our technology millage coming up. And I think if there was ever a year and we're evidence right now, right? It's the importance of technology in our community. Wow, it has never been so demonstrated. So the technology millage is coming up. We recently, as you know, Chancey, we passed a major bond for our schools in the community. So throughout the community, you're going to see all sorts of construction projects happening. So that's really exciting for our schools. In addition to, I know our teachers have worked so hard to provide opportunities for students, even in this remote environment. So I just heard you make a yearbook announcement. I know Rainey's going to talk in a little bit about some neat things that your student council is focusing on. And I think you have that going on throughout every school in our district.
Yeah, absolutely. That is quite a bit. Absolutely, yeah. And it's great to hear that so much is going on here in Monroe Public Schools. So, is there anything you'd like to say to MPS students and staff before the broadcast is over?
Thank you for that opportunity. I do. I really want everyone to know how proud I am of each and every one of you, and also so proud of our community. It's really because of the efforts of so many, and I know these efforts have not been easy. It's been a lot of sacrifice and not exactly what any of us wanted, but we are almost there. And I am so hopeful and optimistic that by working hard, we will continue to make progress to get back to what we all want to see. So I appreciate it, Chancey. You're doing a great job.
Well, thank you. And you too, absolutely. So thank you so much, Dr. Everly. Oh, oops. Now you're being interviewed by the EOS webcam activity. Here it is. Well, thank you, Dr. Everly. We hope you have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you.
Yep. Take care, Chancey. Let me know if you need anything.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. So
the Magical Dinner, which is an annual event normally held at St. Paul's Church in December, will be hosted virtually this year in February due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The Renaissance-themed evening of interactive music and theater is performed by the MHS Generations of Sound Choir. More information on this event to come.
Upward Bound, a program that supports participants for their preparation for college entrance and prepares them for success in their post-secondary pursuits, is looking for students to recruit. There are a number of tutors who are looking for students to help out. If you're a student who needs help advancing in a particular subject, please contact Amanda Athouse at athouse@monroe.k12.mi.us.
Well, this Monday was National Human Trafficking Awareness Day, and the next week is going to be our Student Council's Human Trafficking Awareness Week. Here to discuss the problem of human trafficking is Senior Rainey Owens. It's nice to see you, Rainey.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Of course. Could you quickly give us a rundown of what human trafficking is and how prevalent it is in our area?
Yeah, so human trafficking is the forced exploitation within labor, sex, and industry. It's important and a big issue in our area because we're right in between Detroit and Toledo. Detroit and Grand Rapids are actually the most called on at the police stations and departments in Michigan. So it's very, very important and prevalent.
So how does this apply to our school?
So for last year was our first year doing the Human Trafficking Awareness Week. This year, it's going to be a little different, but the reason why we do this is to spread awareness and let students know that this does happen in our county as well as all throughout the states, especially Michigan and Ohio, because Toledo is probably the top one in the 50 states. This is a topic that isn't easy to talk about or think about, so I feel like it's the students' role to understand and be able to stand up for this because it's important and it's not talked about enough.
Now, I heard you say that it's going to change this year, and especially because of virtual learning. How will that change?
So instead of doing lunch activities and little things around the school throughout the week to raise awareness and bring attention to it, instead we're going to obviously do everything virtual. So on our Instagram page, we're going to post facts and statistics onto our stories, and students who screenshot the stories and repost them have a chance to enter into a raffle. The only way that we can know that you entered is if you screenshot that and then send it to the Instagram Student Council page. You can enter up to 5 times because we'll be posting 5 times, and then the winner will be announced the following week. Another way to support this cause is that there's going to be a dinner at Joy's Bring Home the Goodness on Front Street on the 26th. You can call ahead and pre-order. This dinner will give its proceeds to the Anti-Human Trafficking Coalition Monroe.
That's cool. It's a great way to bring awareness to the cause. And because it's so prevalent in our area, what can people do to stay safe?
So the best thing that you can do as a person for yourself to stay safe is to always have the hotline on hand, as well as looking for the signs. Signs of human trafficking are very similar to abuse, but sometimes there's no signs at all. Human trafficking can happen anywhere, especially in malls, nail salons, restaurants. And especially with everything being virtual, do not ever give your personal information out online, and do never, ever, ever meet with any strangers online that you've met virtually, because if you do that, then it could happen at any time.
Well, thank you for being here, Rainey. For more information, there's a website linked in the description as well as a hotline.
Thank you.
Congratulations to the winners of the DECA Regional Competition. Chancey Boyce, me, Rachel Folger, and Mitchell Meyer all qualified to advance to the DECA State Conference, and Brandon Garrett and Cassandra Merrill each won medals in their respective competition. Congratulations to all.
PBI would like to announce this upcoming week's challenge. There will only be one since it's a short week. The challenge is to come up with an interesting fact to tell a teacher. Make sure to take a screenshot of the chat and remember to send it into the Google form that your TFT teacher gave you. The winners will be contacted soon from this week.
As you all know, next week is final exams for the semester. Constantly working on rigorous exams and homework can leave some students feeling drained. Experts say that eating, drinking, and getting plenty of sleep can refuel students who feel depleted. Megan Kane is here to show us how to make some snacks that you all can enjoy.
Hi, I'm Megan Kane, and today I'll be showing you 3 quick and easy recipes that are perfect for exam week. They taste great, they're convenient, and they take literally no time. I'm showing you overnight oats, which are my absolute favorite breakfast, peanut butter balls, and a mug cake, but you'll see how that turned out.
I will be trying the cake first. It doesn't look very good, but let's see how it tastes. Has a texture of rubber. Let's see if you can see. Rubber. Okay, now I'm going over to the cookie. Is that a power bar or a protein ball? Very good. Of course.
Thanks, Megan. Megan should open a bakery. That's all we have for you today. Remember, you're not alone. Try to remain positive and stay informed. Join us next week when we share some exciting stories from Zoom.
We will continue to keep our social media website updated during these fast-changing times. Be sure to follow us on all of our social media at Lotus Leaf Live. You can read the full stories and more on our website, lotusleaflive.com. I'm Samantha Drugel.
And I'm Chancey Boyce. We hope everyone is staying safe, and we will see you next time.
Thanks for watching.